scope of things, it's just one game, but what makes this game maybe a little bit more important, or does it in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a rivalry game. We're right close to each other, so it's definitely a fun game to play in, but that's what we wanted this year. We wanted to have those games at the end of the year, and just fun to be part of it.
How long did it take you to get to know that is the Devils' chief rival? When did you learn that lesson?
Right away, so it didn't take long.
What was the lesson you learned? Like, when did you realize that first game you played against the Rangers, or some incident?
Yeah, obviously realizing the first game you play against them, but just in general, like you're not far from each other, map-wise, and just obviously the history they had before that as well.
More games to play and all that sort of stuff, but one of the things I think you want to do, aside from get the win tonight, is straighten out some of the little shortcomings that have crept up into the game lately. What's the biggest thing you have to clean up?
Be more detailed, be more together, connected, I feel like. I think sometimes we're running too much around and wasting our energy instead of sticking to the game plan and work for each other. And yeah, I mean, we got to treat this as a playoff game, and it's going to be a high-intense game today, and we know they're going to be coming, so we got to be ready for them, and we will be, and like I said, it should be a fun game.
Is it a learned thing for an athlete to sort of block out the magnitude of a game, how big a game can be, in order to just focus on the task at hand? Is that something that you learn or just know how to handle?
I mean, obviously it's a rivalry game, but me personally, I try to treat it as any other game. Yeah, we know what we got to do and focus on that.
How different is this team with Tarasenko and Kane a part of it, the Rangers team?
They got Tarasenko and Kane, so they're two players that definitely can make a difference. So obviously those are good players. We got to try to give them not a lot of room and be on them all the time and make their night tough. So that's our goal to do.
Nico, you've seen what one game can mean intensity-wise between this game. Are you curious what a playoff series might be like against them?
I'm not looking too much ahead of that. Now we're still in the regular season, and we play them in the regular season game. So for us, obviously, we focus on us right now. It's a rivalry game. We know that. It should be fun, but it's still all about us.
Just wondering, the understanding from the locker room, how you sort of negotiate the magnitude of what this game could possibly mean versus just the focus that is required, and maybe not thinking about that too much.
Yeah, like you said, we know what we have to do, to be successful. It's going to be a big game, but I don't think we want to think about too much, and we just want to focus on ourselves and do the right thing to win a game.
Is it hard for an athlete not to get caught up in that magnitude, maybe as people on the outside do?
Not really, to be honest. I mean, it's always exciting to play against Rangers, so it's big game no matter what the standings are showing to us. It's always fun. People in the crowd get very into it, so it's exciting to play on the home ice against them at this time of the year, and with the weight, what we're playing for, so I'm very excited.
How are you feeling? I know you've taken a few maintenance days but have been able to play. How important has getting in those days, especially at this time of year, been for you?
Yeah, we want to do the right thing to be ready for the next game. We were fortunate enough, we had a few days between, so we can do all the stuff, to feel better for the upcoming game. And like I said, we were very fortunate with the days between.
Lindy, when you have games of this magnitude, is it a learned thing for an athlete to be able to handle the emotion of that?
Well, I think you can look at this game as a game of great magnitude. We've played a lot of games that we've really felt that were going to be hard games, are going to be important games for us this year. So I think it's one thing that we've got accustomed to. If you lose a game and we're back-to-back, it's playing that next night and making sure you play well enough to win a hockey game. And this one's different, but it's in the same category.
Tatar on the ice, is he good to go tonight? Is that the plan?
Yeah, he's feels good and be ready to play.
To be able to go back to having 12 forwards, 6 defensemen, what type of versatility does that give you, and what do you sort of expect with Jesper Boqvist jumping into a game like this?
Well, he's played good hockey for us. He's used his speed well. He's scored some important goals. I think that we've had a group where everybody's participated. That when they've been out, when they've come back in, they've been important pieces. They've played well, and we just expect the same.
What does Dawson Mercer offer on that top line with Timo and Nico?
Well, I think there's an opportunity to kind of spread the speed and spread the size out. I think that he gives that line a player that will hang on to pucks. That he's one of our better defenders. So that's the look he gives us. Doesn't mean he's going to be there.
Sorry. From your experience, how important is home ice advantage in the playoffs?
It's important if you win your home games. I think sometimes the toughest game to win is that first one at home, and I think sometimes players can be in a more contained atmosphere when they're on the road for the first playoff game. So for us, we want to play good hockey. Where we land at the end of the year, our goal is really to just go game by game, and that'll dictate where we finish.
Lindy, the Rangers have added some firepower since the last time you saw them. What are the keys to shutting them down?
Again, it's making sure that we're back above the puck, that we're diligent with the puck in some key areas that don't allow them to go the other direction, give up the odd-numbered situations.
I know the players. So I know the players and fans are amped up for a game. What about the coaches? Do you get amped up for games like this?
I told the team today, this is what we wanted. We talked about it last year. You want to be playing meaningful games. What more meaningful game can you be playing this late in the year? From the disappointing last year to where we're at this year, this is where you got to put your arms around. And I know as a staff, we're excited to get it going. Try to contain it a little bit. And you look at players that we have, maybe some of them haven't been in this type of situation, but it's an opportunity to flourish.
You mentioned about staying above the hook. Was that some of the things you focused on yesterday at practice? You said you get back.
Yeah, when you look at how aggressive we want to be, it's that is a big part of it. That you've got to protect the guys that are driving the net. You got to get back above. Diligent through the neutral zone. Trying to slow up their speed and their creativity by making sure that we get people in the right spots. And I'm pretty sure they're going to say the same thing about us.
Is this a good test for VTech before the playoffs?
It's a good test for our whole team. You can't just look at it as a test for VTech, because at the end of the night you're going to have to evaluate what you gave up and whether your goalie is even able to make a save on some. So I look at it that he's answered the call for us all year long. So if he gets to start tonight, he's got a chance.
And obviously this fan base would be excited no matter who you face in the playoffs, but if it is the Rangers, is there an added juice that brings that time of year?
I'd hate to say that, but I think yes. I think you're asking the question because it brings added juice. I think when you're right across from each other here, the proximity is so close. Each other's fans can get in each other's buildings. So I think that this is what you play for. So it's the previous games have been fun games to be in so far this year. And I think that this one again will be a game that it'll be a lot of speed. There'll be a lot of guys handling the puck. There'll be a lot of opportunities for both teams to make a difference inside the game.
Would you say this is one of the biggest games you've coached in your career tonight? I know it's a regular season game, but
I don't think it's the biggest. No, I mean, when you get inside the playoffs and you're playing playoff games and you get to Game 6, Game 7, those rank way higher than just we know we're going to the playoffs. I think as a Devils coach, this is one of the biggest. I can go that direction.
As a player, you are on that side of the rivalry. As a coach, you're on this side. How would you compare and contrast the two?
How would I compare what?
Compare and contrast the two sides, being a Ranger versus the Devils, as the Devils coach versus the Rangers.
Well, I'm all Devil now, so I have no comparison. I just think that, you look at it. It's two good teams playing hockey, and you know that there's going to be tremendous energy in our building. There's going to be tremendous energy in their building. So just looking forward to puck drop tonight.
Do you have a favorite memory from when you were a Ranger, maybe facing the Devils?
I don't know if I have a favorite memory. There's favorite guys I like to avoid. Yeah, he was one of them. Yeah, sure. They had a couple of them. Don't worry. I don't know. Probably my favorite memory as a Ranger, just as a player, would have been. No, I'm not even going to bring that up.